Welcome to the High Performance Gym, the personal and business development podcast for health coaches and personal trainers. My name is Keir, former personal trainer and gym owner turned high performance coach and lifestyle entrepreneur. My mission is to help coaches develop their entrepreneurial qualities and the business to create a freedom-focused lifestyle. I believe we all have a uniqueness that we need to unleash to achieve this, and this is your genius. Each week I'll be bringing you an inspiring person or message to help you perform at a higher level so you can become a confident and resilient coach to build the business of your dreams. So thanks for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoy the show. Today is 5 Minute Friday, and today we're going to talk about your niche. So is a niche important for your business? So what is a niche? Well, let's talk about that niche first. So a niche is basically a specialized area of the market that you target. Okay, a lot of people talk about demographics. So they talk about demographics in terms of being really specific with the avatar. I prefer more the problem that you solve for a particular part of the market. So what does that mean? What is the difference? So think about it this way. Imagine you're standing on a building, all right? And then you stand at the top of the building and you just shout out, I'm a personal trainer, I can help you lose weight. You might get one or two people who turn around and look at you, but most people are going to walk by because yes, they might want to lose weight, but you're not calling that particular person out. You're not calling out a particular problem. Okay. Now imagine you say, I'm a personal trainer and I help postnatal women lose the excess body weight and help them feel confident again. Now you've become more specific on the problem that you solve. That is a difference. This is why getting specific on your niche is important, because what you're actually doing is you're calling out a specific problem that you solve. If you don't do that, then what you're doing is you're just talking to everybody. And when you talk to everybody, you talk to nobody. You don't solve a specific problem. When you can start solving a specific problem, you get good at solving the specific problem. What this does is then it means that you can really target on that problem alone, and you can put all your energy on solving that problem. So imagine when personal trainers first get into the industry, what happens is they think they need to learn everything. So they try learning everything about biomechanics, physiology, psychology, you name it, nutrition, everything. They're just trying to learn everything. But if you just looked at the client and thought, this is a problem that I want to solve. Like say it is women, postnatal women. You want to target postnatal women, then what do you have to learn? Then you have to learn about women for a start. You have to learn about how the human body works, especially for a woman who's just given birth. You then learn about, the side effects of birth. You then learn about, the safe ways and the safe mechanisms to then use. You start learning about the hormones. Can you see what I'm saying? You start learning about that specific problem, and you can become the best at solving that problem. But if you're trying to learn all of these things, it becomes massively overwhelming. But when you talk about a specific problem, you become good at it, you solve it, these people then come to you. The problem is what trainers do, they think that they pigeonhole themselves. So for example, think, well, if I just work with postnatal women, then I'm not going to work with anybody else. What happens if a 24-year-old woman comes up to us and she isn't postnatal? Do I then turn her away? It's like, no, all you're doing is you're calling that particular person out. It doesn't mean you can't work with anybody else, because guess what happens? If a 24-year-old woman sees you getting postnatal women in amazing shape, then the chances are she wants to come and work with you because she can see you getting this woman in amazing shape. So let me use myself as an example. I spent a lot of time, certainly the first part of my career, training a lot of kids and a lot of women, okay? Then a lot of kids in development and athletic development, and then a lot of women. What I focused mainly on with women was getting them strong and confident. And I was very clear on those intentions about getting women strong and confident, and losing body fat and feeling great about themselves. Guess what happened because of that? I was attracting like-minded men as well. So I wasn't attracting beefcakes, I wasn't attracting bodybuilders, I was repelling the people I didn't want to work with. I was attracting like-minded people. I wasn't calling out guys in particular. I was calling out women. I was saying, look, I can get you in amazing shape. I can get you confident and strong and, all these types of things. I was solving their problem. But because I was doing that, I was then inadvertently attracting other like-minded people. Now, whether that was a male or another female, it doesn't matter. The point was, and then again, because of the kids as well, because the kids grew in confidence, I would This is something that I would say, look, the kids grow in confidence because they get strong, they develop themselves. I was talking about the same types of things. On every post that you do, you don't say, well, I work with this person. It's just you're calling out those specific problems. You know those specific problems. You get good at solving those specific problems. Yeah, that's why identifying your niche is so important, because then you can really get focused and you can get clear on the problem that you solve. You're probably kind of sick of hearing me saying problem that you solve, but you are a problem solver. You're a coach, you're a trainer, you are a problem solver. So the more specific you can get with the problem you solve, the better your business will be. So I hope that's helped. That was a 5-Minute Friday. Have a great weekend. Let me know your thoughts on that. Did it help? Hope it did. Let me know. And as always, don't be afraid to think differently and never give up on your dreams.